You're watching another episode of Making It Happen. This week, I want to talk to you about the role of exercise in your productivity. You've heard it a million times by now. Exercise is good for you, right? Here's the truth. I struggled and struggle with exercise, making it a consistent part of my lifestyle. I have met high performers who are awesome at honoring their bodies and, taking the time that it takes and the effort that it takes to be physically fit and, take that time, right? Take that energy, take that effort. And it is almost effortless to them because they just sort of expect to do that. Then I've met other performers who are generally high performers, but for some reason they just are not great about keeping up with their physical health. And to be honest, for me, I was a figure skater growing up. I loved skating. I spent a ton of time at the rink skating, coaching, you name it. And I'm in the cold in itty bitty tights, really working my muscles very, very hard, getting a lot of cardio. And I did that until I was about 18 years old when I went off to college. And I made the decision at that time that I didn't have the time to spend at the rink in the way that I had been, so I quit skating. And here's the thing, I loved skating. And for a long time, my story about exercise and why I wasn't doing it is it wasn't skating. I love skating. Why can't I do skating? And it was this sort of unhealthy kind of codependent relationship with exercise and skating. Similarly with food, I discovered the magic of comfort foods. And what used to be carbohydrated fuel as a figure skater then became a source of comfort for me. And so you combine the two and you get 100 pounds gained in 2 years. Not joking. I gained a lot of weight. And even though I was performing well in my corporate job and I had my relationships, I had my friendships, I had a lot of things going right in my life. The one thing that I've really had to struggle a lot with has been my physical health and specifically being at a healthy weight. So, what have I been doing about it lately? Honestly, things are going super well. It has been something that has been sporadic for me. I find that I will get very invested and then I fall off and then very invested and then I'll fall off. But it's really been working well for me after having my second child. And in fact, I was working out regularly all through my pregnancy. I was doing strength training, modified, of course, speak to your doctor if you're pregnant. And I was also doing prenatal yoga. So I went through the pregnancy kind of maintaining my strength and, maintaining that habit of being in the gym, working my body and so on, that when I was cleared to, after giving birth to my son, I was cleared to return to working out. I have been very consistent, and I'm actually getting so consistent that I'm really seeing some results that I'm getting quite excited about, but my relationship with the whole exercise thing is very different than it was in the past decade, and I wanted to share some thoughts about that. I want to address a couple of the things that I used to believe that have been debunked. One of them was that my mind was more precious than my body. That I didn't see the connection between the health of my mind and the health of my body. And I have to say it was a relatively recent revelation that I realized that my mind and my thinking is housed in an organ called the brain that is affected by all of everything that goes into this body and how well the rest of the body is working. If my heart's not working well at pumping blood, and if my blood is full of, inflammation and toxins and all this kind of thing, I'm not a doctor, okay? The point is that you can't divorce your mind from your body. They are the same, right? And since doing the exercise on a really regular basis, I can tell you qualifyingly, my performance in all areas of my life really has improved. So that's number one. Number two, exercise takes a lot of time. That's just not true. I have done time studies on myself check out Laura Vanderkam, great author. She wrote 168 Hours. You have more time than you think. There is time to exercise, right? The I don't have time excuse just doesn't hold water, right? And all you have to do is really take a faithful time diary for a week. Any week will do. There's no special weeks. And just notice, how much time are you spending on Netflix? How much time are you spending on social media? How much time are you spending, being upset about stress and all these things, that you could take that exact same time and hit a gym, go for a walk, do something, right? The other myth that I've had to overcome was that because I'm already out of shape and already, really heavy, that I'm not going to be able to do anything. Also not true. So here I would recommend that you shop around for the right kind of fitness option for you and just get started. Just get started. It doesn't have to be an Olympic level of involvement. I'm now doing Orange Theory. I have to say that if I had started with Orange Theory when I started to get serious and made the connection that, my precious mind was actually part of this body that I was horribly neglecting, if I started with Orange Theory, I'm not sure that would have been a good place to exactly start. Walking was a great place to start. And that's exactly where I started. Just simple walking. Once I got walking under my belt, I chose to hire a trainer, and I got him to help me with how do I use the gym? How do I do these weights? How many? What weight? How many reps? I didn't know the first thing about fitness, and I think one of the things that I really had to overcome is that I was oversimplifying the fitness world, right? And I felt like I should be able to just do this, right? It's lifting weights. Like, how hard is that? And I had a lot of judgment about how hard is that? I should be able to do this. So that when I went into the gym and I was like freaked out because I didn't know how to do anything, I just felt like a dummy. Right? And I think I spent a lot of time in Dummyville, and looking back, man, if I could turn back time, I'd just be like, psh, stop it, hire a trainer. They are supposed to know what to do, right? And you hire a good trainer that is going to recognize what your history has been with fitness. They will take you on the journey, right? Shop around though, shop around. And I think the other thing that I told myself was that exercise is boring. It's not boring if you pick something that is actually interesting to you. So one of the mistakes I made was I kept on just running and only running, right? And for some reason I was kind of scared of strength training. And I've got a great friend who has a gym in Vancouver. Motivated Movement, I think, is the group. Marissa Moody, I'll tag her with this when I post to Facebook. But the point is, her mission is to show women that they actually have a ton of strength and to teach them how to lift heavy weights. I think that there's a lot of myths about the consequences of lifting weights, and actually it gives you so much variety. Just my experience, it's given me so much variety, and the power of being able to lift a lot of weight, or to be able to do the reps and make your body kind of do things that you didn't really recognize that you could do, is super empowering. So I know that this was a little bit of a ramble, but I am wearing fitness gear, so I thought that it would be a great time to bring it up. Exercise. Do it for your brain, right? Do it for your brain, do it for your focus, do it for your mood, do it for the endorphins. Do it for the stress management. Do it for just getting all of the various systems of your body just like pumping and working together to serve you. So, disclaimer here, I am not a doctor. I am not a personal trainer. I am, I'm just a gal who's making it happen and has seen the role of physiology in your productivity and performance. And I am telling you, figure it out. Start with a walk. Talk to your doctor. Start exploring what your options could be. And just release the judgment. Release the judgment that you might have around exercise, right? Improve your relationship with exercise. Improve your relationship with self. And by the way, stop judging yourself for any of the poor decisions that you've made regarding your exercise and health in the past. That's happened now. There's nothing you can do about it. But what you can do is decide what you're going to do going forward. So I hope that this served you and that you have an awesome week. And I will talk to you again the next time. Bye-bye.